my physics teacher told me, if I'm gonna have a party, I want you to do it. But physics is not for you too much.
Hey guys, my name is Timothy Tallfields, the host of Untitled Success. In 2018, when I was planning my wedding, we were looking for a band or a DJ at the time to do our wedding, and my wife came across this band called Eli's Band. And what they were doing on YouTube was 8 to 9 different languages in one setting, and it was amazing. It literally blew us off a rocker. And when we were planning, we decided that we wanted to go with them. They were taking off and they were doing very well, and now they are international. They are global, and I have a chance to sit with them. So if you guys can join me, this is Alisa and Eli with Eli's Band. Again, this is Untitled Success, so let's dive in. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having us.
So my first question I always like to ask people is like, when you guys were younger, who were you guys in high school? What kind of personality did you guys have?
Wow. Do you want to start or I should?
Go ahead.
I was pretty outgoing, very artistic. I had my group of people, and we were kind of all not afraid to be a little bit eccentric, a little bit out there. I would always come up with like my own fashion. I would like take sheets, like bedroom sheets, and turn them into dresses, you know. I liked singing too. So that's me. I was always like a creative person when I was in high school. You?
I thought I was smart and I need to go like all the way with mathematics and physics. Like I wanted to be so good at this, but and then I started like learning like the major physics, and in the middle of the year, my physics teacher told me, if I'm gonna have a party, I want you to do it. But physics is not for you too much. It's like I was like so offended. It was like, but he got me. He got me. I'm good at entertaining. I'm good. That's what I need to do. I mean, he actually discovered me as an entertainer, not only in music, in everything, like jokes, like putting everybody together to give them an experience, to take them from one point to another. He got me. But in that moment that he told me physics is not for you, man. If I'm gonna have a party ever, you're the guy that I want you to be in the party. He understood something that I didn't.
Little did you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How did Eli's Band come together?
Well, good question. So, to give a bit of a background, Eli has been doing events and weddings and entertaining crowds for almost 30 years or over, probably over,
The
since you were
first
18.
time I admitted to myself that I'm doing wedding was in 97.
Okay, so since 97, okay? All right. So then when we came here to United States, it took us a while to figure out the exact structure of how Eli's Band is going to look like. And we tried a lot of different things. It was kind of like a trial and error type of thing. But then Eli had a very famous video on YouTube that blew up, that he was singing at a ceremony. It became viral. And then we kind of took that opportunity from that platform when people started calling and asking for him to come and sing at their ceremonies to say, oh, you know, we also have this amazing band. And we grew it very organically and from the ground up. So at the beginning, it was a 4-people band. Then it became a 5-people band, then a 6, then a 7, then an 8, until we came up with like the perfect setup of the amount of people that we absolutely need to do an incredible job. And then it can always be bigger and much more luxurious and crazier. But the process took us, I want to say, like 10 years.
10 years?
10 years, yeah.
So you guys have always been doing this?
Absolutely.
And you guys have always been doing it together?
Not exactly. Not exactly. I came in after the video blew up.
You always were there, but you took
I took
you
longer.
jump in as a sales and our
Manager,
face
yeah.
like much later when
Yeah.
it become really big and really and really successful. But to form our sound, it took me a while, because to form a sound of a wedding corporate band in this era of EDM music, DJ music, and to bring it to the next level it took a while for me, and it was like I started like doing it from the 90s. I saw that the music become more and more electronic. For example, if you hear a song in the radio, there are no drums. There's not always guitar. So why on a wedding band or corporate band always needs to be a guitar and drums? So I started that. Now everybody's doing that, but I started that when it was like so weird. So people were asking, "Are you a DJ?"
They would tell us, "You can't be both. You're either a DJ or
DJ
a band.
or a
like,
band."
You can't. Like the concept of us, the fact that we didn't stop between the songs, was so foreign to people. What do you mean? You don't need to turn the
that's
page
a small example
of the sheet music, or the concept that if we play a song, let's say by Calvin Harris, and it sounds just like it does on the radio, or even more high energy, was again so refreshing and so unique to people, because what he's trying to say too is that there are certain genres of music that you cannot translate into organic instruments.
And now
you can add,
Now it sounds very given. Of course, you can accompany tracks and band like all the time. Back then, when I started that, it looked so weird to people. Are you a band? Are you a DJ? I said, no, we're both. It's a hybrid.
Yeah.
It's a hybrid. That's why it felt more energetic. It felt more DJ beat live kind of thing.
It felt more danceable.
And our cherry on the top is that we brought horn section for many of the drops and the sound as our main sound. It's singers and horns drops. That's like our specialty. This is our like real sound. And that's what makes it like more live. That's why people, when they say, we saw Eli's band and we saw another band, sometimes people don't understand why Eli's band sound more energetic, more powerful, more lively than other band. They can't realize that. But it's because of the horns, because of the tracks, because of the beat, because of the medleys.
Because of his mind, basically. Because of his mind. Because he found a way to translate it into something musical that is still very cohesive. It's still very much, you cannot compare it to when you go and see like a DJ plus a few instruments playing. That's kind of like a mishmash that people do, and that is not what we do either. So we're not that and we're not that, because there's a lot of thought behind it. And if there is a electronic or some sort of a drop coming in, we have a whole section that we wrote the notes for it. So it's not like just a free fall, whatever, he presses play and we do whatever. There's a lot of thought, there's a lot of choreography that goes into it, both musical, structure.
A lot of arrangements
and,
that are uniquely belong to Eli's band.
Yeah.
I understand that I can see that all over the world right now, but it wasn't so given like back then. Yeah. Especially when I hear here and there that people taking our YouTube videos and analyzing every sound of it and every bit of it, and then you suddenly see it in other places.
I will say you guys are definitely trendsetters, because now I see a lot more bands trying to duplicate what you guys are doing, and they'll have ads and things of that nature.
That's completely fine.
Yeah, which is totally fine, because I think the one thing that you guys have, at least I can only speak for my wedding, is that it's, like you said, structure. So you guys know how to do high energy, and then when it comes down, you guys know how to elevate it. So it's like it's eating time. So we want to entertain. And then once we're done, we know how to elevate it again. And so that structure and that wave, you guys are able to encompass.
And I want to expand on that. And that is something that cannot be copied, because it's his mind. Reading the room and knowing how to entertain is a whole other talent that has nothing to do with how well of a singer you are, and even how well of a performer you are. It's a whole other talent that he possesses that I learned a lot from, but I still
Ask my physics teacher from high school.
There you go.
It's physics.
There you go. He nailed it. No, but that's what I say. So to us, like when other bands try to copy, we kind of look at it with smile, but they can never do that, because they don't have his ability to look at it from A to Z. He looks at
And
every
there's another
event.
thing. Of course, there's talents. First of all, our band are very, very, very talented. The singers are amazing, much better than me.
But we
the
also
horn section is
train them.
amazing. They play with Beyonce, and they play they play with Bruno Mars. They're amazing.
Yeah.
First of all, really, really good talents. And second of all, we've been pioneers in stuff like to invent new era. It's always, you don't have anywhere to look. So you have to take inspiration from all kind of weird places.
Yeah.
I'm taking inspiration from church. I saw a preacher how he grabs the crowd by hand with the music, and I said, oh, that's a you won't see it in the event, but it was inspiration from.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to it's very easy to copy, but it's very hard to be
On that level.
on the front of and the thing is, after people copied us, we need to think about the next thing.
Yeah.
What's next? What's
Yeah.
next? What's next?
Yeah.
You always have to invent yourself again and again. But it's very easy when our band are very, very talented.
Yeah. When the name came to be, right? Did you guys ever? First of all, how did the name came to be? You just took your name and called it that band.
So he I'll give him the credit. He deserves a lot of credit, obviously. But at the beginning, I didn't understand the name. I was like, why not call it something cool? Like,
Right.
Blue Dragon or whatever. But, obviously that's not a cool name. Scratch that. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said something that in a lot of ways, I feel like I'm more of the producer. He's the visionary. So he saw that. He's like, believe me, we're going to need that name because it needs to be associated with us and it cannot be taken away. And now people know him and me, and they know it's Eli's band. And when they see other people or people try to copy, they know it's not us. Because this band cannot exist if me or Eli or both of us are on that stage with the band. So by calling it, let's say, Gold Guitar, it's something that
That's cool.
we could lose. We could lose, right?
Yeah.
Because other people can lie also, which happened. I have some crazy stories to tell, believe it or not. So you know what I mean? So this way, it's attached to his birth name. You cannot take it away. It's kind of like, you cannot take Beyonce off of Beyonce. She's Beyonce. You see what I mean? So so in our, I know it's kind of like a...
The brand Eli's band got a little bit much bigger than myself.
Yeah.
And she's been modest, but she brought it to the next level. I didn't know that we're gonna have like huge corporate events that I will come and I will see like huge production. And it's my wedding band, and then we brought it like to the corporate world, like with 5,000 people in the crowd.
Yeah.
She brought it to this level. So in her birthday, for example, it got so big that Eli became the smallest thing in the corporate of Eli's band. So everybody's like, Alisa, you're amazing. You're such a great performer and a salesperson, and you brought the brand to the next level.
Producer, come on.
Producer, and then I told her in her birthday party that thank you so much for all of that, but I thank God that I called the band Eli's band, because everybody will forget about it at this point. Because the brand got really, really big.
Yeah.
And thank God I called it Eli's band.
But even until today, I sometimes have clients, when we perform, that come up and say, oh my God, you guys are amazing. Are you part of that company? And I say, no, we're not. Look at the bass drum. It says like Eli's band. We are our own entity, because people want to associate it with, other things. So it really has been helpful. And also, I have to say, it's a name that really stands out. Because all the other companies just come up with like a cool whatever name. With us, it's very like straight to the point.
It's sometimes it's a little bit confusing that the part that I'm sitting here in the corner, building something for a track with the horns, with the bunch of singers that come to sing here and there, building something in my corner in my off here, and then we're coming out to a huge audience, and it just, that's the business. It become much bigger than what it really is.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of singers sing whatever I thought about, and then people that comes and say, "Hi, you're just a great band. What's your name?" "I'm Eli." "Oh, the Eli from Eli's band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's me.
So one of the questions I have is that you guys are now household names. And you said
We're working on it. We're working on
I mean,
You need to maintain it. It's not working on it.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get to the top,
yeah.
but it's very hard to maintain
maintain.
it.
Yeah.
So, but you said you've been doing this since the 90s.
Yes.
Yes.
When was a pivotal moment for you guys? Like, when did it start saying, like, oh, this is now starting to take off even more and more and more?
So after Eli's video blew up in 2014, and he started pushing the band, and I said, okay, let me get in on it and start like managing and start refining it. And I came in with my ideas for the costumes and how the stage should look and other things and expanding. We did something that really worked for us is we started recognizing the clients that are trendsetters in their own community or in their own little circle. It could be a circle of 300 people,
Yeah.
but that's that. And to these clients, we would come up and say, hey, why don't you make it bigger? Why don't you make it no. It's okay. Okay, we'll give you we kind of worked our way to just get into those crowds because we saw how the word spreads. And in the wedding world, today Instagram is huge. In 2014, it wasn't that big. And also, still people in the wedding world rely on word of mouth a lot. They
Yeah.
want to know that you had a personal experience with that person. You can trust them, that they're going to show up on time. They're going to do a good job. There's a lot psychology that goes into it.
Weddings are something that is very,
Very-
personal to people. People
It's
won't
stressful.
take you unless their friend or they heard about you from their community. They won't
Most
take you
people,
because it's
people,
something.
yeah.
It's like almost getting married.
Yeah.
It's something
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah.
personal and very family kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they need to feel very comfortable.
Even though today we have a lot of clients that never see us live, that book us literally from videos. We have that too. But with that said, this is what we did. And then what we did from that is we shot videos. So another way, everything about the business and the way that we structured it, we figured out our own way of doing things. We never looked at other companies. I kind of saw this and that, but honestly, a lot of the stuff that other people do, we don't do because we don't like it. It's not our way of doing our business. So while he was perfecting, the band, the sound of it, the musicality of it, I was navigating and perfecting like the business side of it. How to deal with clients? How do I respond? What do we give? What's the value that we bring? The added value to the money, but also the way that I deal with clients. Simple stuff like, do we send out a song list? Do we not?
Yeah.
By the way, we don't. And the most important part of that, what we're going for, is the videos. So the videos that we were taking, and till today we do, are from the real weddings, from the real events. We never were big into going to a studio and bringing like fake dancers and creating like an atmosphere that was not real. We worked very hard on that. So by the word of mouth and by also showing proof, because it's not only enough that the person will say, oh my God, I saw them at my best friend's wedding. It's also, oh, by the way, here's the video that they just posted from this wedding that I was at.
Right.
So
Those
it's
together.
those together. And slowly but surely, we started expanding our circle. And another thing that we did that was really important, that Eli really pushed for, is that he said, we need to utilize all of the languages that we know, and we need to break into every single community, every single nationality.
Which sometimes people get confused.
Yeah.
For example, if they saw us at your wedding, people say, hey, it's Arabic wedding, it's Arabic band.
Yeah. Yeah, because not everyone has the vision of
The vision.
understanding.
Olivia
yeah?
was mind blown when she saw you guys sing in Arabic.
Yeah.
She was like, Tim, we were like laying down in bed, and she was like, Tim, look at this. Look at this. And I was like, okay, then let's book them.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes it's a problem to do everything very good.
Yeah.
Last week we had a so American wedding. Like 40% was country music.
Yeah.
I didn't sing Arabic.
Yeah, obviously.
I don't think it's gonna go well
We
there.
didn't sing in any other
And
language
all,
but
all the
English.
crowd
Yeah.
was there. That's like, it's such an American good values kind of
Yeah,
band.
what an
And I was
incredible
like, yeah,
band.
sure.
Yeah. Whatever you guys want to say, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the week before that, the Persian wedding. Oh my God, they had the Persian singer. We have a Persian singer, of course. That it's part of the band. It's like in the DNA of the band, and that's how we pick our talents.
Yeah.
I rather have less good or an amazing singer, but I'll choose somebody that is in the Eli's band DNA, which now it's more clear to us what it is. It's kind of like it's a combination of a team player, a nice guy that can communicate and have a good chemistry with his friends on stage. For example, if I have like an amazing Arabic singer and he will stand on stage and you'll see that he's not a part of the band, no thank you. I can take somebody a little less like amazing singer, but a team player, and then it looks like
and
a
a
band.
good performer. And a good performer. That's good.
Then it looks like a band. So we have all kind of things, and right now because we work so much, so it's very easy to understand what is our DNA. It's very clear to everybody what they need to do, and of course the chemistry between the talents. It's something that you have to have like years.
Yeah.
So I want to touch on that. So on the business side of things, how do you guys pick talent? How do you guys? So when you guys do these events, you have to start picking talent, and you have to start paying these talents. How do you guys maneuver through trying to make a profit and also picking talent that's right for the band?
Well, we already have a good team of people.
Or how did you
yeah.
assemble that team?
So we would look in places. A lot of the bands, what they would do, they will look at other bands and try to nitpick their singers. We never do that. We went to open mics, we went to stages through friends, and we carefully picked exactly what he said. Great singer, incredible performer, team player, diva on stage, but the nicest person off stage. That is super important to us. And another thing that I will say, and everyone who saw this band ever live knows, stamina. You cannot be out of breath by fifth song, because sometimes we go for 2 hours and we jump up and down like crazy, and it's not. So this is how we went about it. Assembled a very good team. So right now we have a great pool of musicians. There are certain musicians and singers that you see more active. They're what we call like the more A team. There's another group of people that come in when we have 2 events a night or we have bigger events, but it's all one group, and they're all been kind of trained by us and went through the same, they all know what to
And
do.
when you work a lot and when you already a brand, it's becomes so much easier, because in the beginning we actually had to go like from club to club and to performance to live there to see this, to see that, and to pick the talents. But right now the talents themselves look at another talent and say, this is Eli's band material. I think we should have him to the second team.
So in the beginning,
The beginning was very much about recognizing the potential. Because I feel like I don't want to sound cocky, but that's just the reality of it. I don't think any person that started with our band is the same today as they were when they started.
It's very cocky.
I'm sorry.
Cut it.
And it's not, but they also grew into themselves.
they've evolved.
They've evolved, exactly. And we also allowed them to, because every person, we recognize what his strengths are, and we say, this is your solo, this is your moment to shine.
They have so much experience, like every week and 3 times in front of an audience. Take a TikTok guy that always with his computer, go live audience, 300 people, entertain.
They don't know what to do.
Different story.
Yeah, it's a very different story.
Completely different story. With all respect to TikTokers, how do you call them?
TikTokers, yes.
TikTok, it's like an app.
Yes. He knows. He's just pretending. He's not that old. Okay.
I should have said it's this tick thing.
Tick.
You know this tick?
The tick.
It's from the social.
It's very Middle Eastern, Dad.
On the face.
You know this tick. You know tick on your phone. Tick.
My father would call me and say, "Can you buy me iPhone?
iPhone.
I was like, what? iPhone.
He meant iPhone. His dad is like old school Moroccan.
Yeah.
So it's really
When
funny.
when iPhone was like
Yeah.
the thing, the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back then.
iPod.
How do you guys prepare for big events?
The prep starts, so from the moment the clients book, immediately I staff the team. I reach out to all my guys, who's available, who's not available, building the team. The second thing would be, as we get closer, we reach out to the clients and we set up the meeting. And this is when we talk about the timeline, the music, all of that. So we're very involved in all of that aspect. As well as typically the clients would have a planner. The planner would also reach out. We'll talk about logistical stuff, the stage that we need, the lighting, power, all of that. What type of sound system do we need to bring? But the process, most of it happens towards, I want to say, kind of like the end of the wedding planning process, because we don't need a year in advance to know the songs we're going to play. We need about a month. But certain couples, I recognize that they need more hand holding. So I will start the process like even 4 months before. I'll say, don't worry guys, I got you. Or some people say, oh my God, I don't know how to choose my first dance, And I'm like, don't worry, I'm here. You need an extra meeting? No problem. So some people are like that. And some people are like our bride with the very American wedding, the sweetest bride I've ever met. I met with her 2 weeks before the wedding. She said, I heard about you. I've seen you at my friends' weddings. I don't need to tell you anything. Just one request. I have this one song that I really like. If you can plug it in at some point. That's that.
So let's get into the business side of things.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So when we talk about business and you guys are starting off and you guys are here, right? Like sometimes you're not turning a profit in the beginning, right? It takes time. Sometimes you have an idea and the idea is like you're spending more money than you are making. And then sometimes you're like, is this worth it? And then finally something starts happening and you start making money and you're like, oh, life is great. I'm doing exactly what I want to do. Can you guys take us through, did you guys ever have that, number one, where you're spending more money than what you're making?
Oh, yeah.
And two, when was that turning point where you're like, oh, we can actually start making a living from this?
So when I become a famous ceremony singer and I had to push my band and I said, don't take me just for ceremony, take me also with my band. So they say, well, we didn't know that you have a band. How's your band? It's like very skeptical. They say, I'll give it for you for $5,000, not making any money. And then they saw the band, got blown away. Some people in the crowd saw that, and then from 5,000 we got to 7,000, 7,000 to 10,000. And not saying prices where we are at right now.
We're not disclosing anything. If you want to find out, you will need to call us and inquire about the band. We're not disclosing.
So in the beginning, and think about that I had to build tracks from scratch in a studio with my technician. It cost a lot of money.
Right.
Rehearsals.
Buying equipment, because we own all of our sound equipment. Getting
clothing.
Sound crew, clothing, all of the costumes.
But takes a lot of money, because you need to pay the talents for rehearsals, and you're new, so the talents doesn't even believe in the brand yet, so you have to pay them and to be nice to them, and so we spend a lot of money. We went to weddings and actually, if you look at it, yes, we lost money in the beginning.
But I want to say we still were conservative, because also in certain points, you got to be ballsy too, because when his video blew up, in the beginning he was answering the phone. After 3 phone calls that I heard him talking to clients, I said, you are never picking up that phone again in your life, for 2 reasons. Number one, the more compliments you give this guy, the more price goes down, up to a point that he'll show up for a free meal. Okay?
I'm not allowed to talk to people.
The second is, it's not cool. People call and immediately they talk to the talent that they saw, on all of these videos. It's not the way to do things. So I kind of swooped in and I said, and I have balls, let's admit it, because I started throwing out numbers that were but people said yes. So then, by that, we brought in the band. So that helped us. So yeah, we lost money, but it was like an investment. It was like an ongoing investment into this thing, because instead of just taking the money that he made from ceremonies and like, you know, living off of it, we invested that money into the band because we saw there's a potential for a bigger market. And then also, you know, we started growing, I started raising prices, but the first, I want to say, yeah, 2 years, it was just about proving ourselves.
Was the first 2 years just you two?
The
or
first
just
2 years,
him?
it was us two plus a few musicians.
Okay.
And we were trying different...
Okay.
It takes a while to build your sound, especially. And I want to say to add something about when you do something for fun, like singing, or you really like to sing and you want to sing and you're looking for an audience, so it gets really weird that people want to pay money for you for you to do that. So you're like, you want me to come all the way to Italy to sing for you one song? Yeah, wow, that's such a great compliment. How much should I pay you?
But that's his approach. That's why I had to take over. Because to me, it's like, and it's not that I don't work with people. Sometimes there are stories and sometimes there are clients that really, you know, you compromise on certain things and you try to make it work. But I saw the potential and the price tags that I saw in my mind, and they proved themselves. And a lot of the times he said, "There's no way. There's no way. You get like no way. She's gonna pay for me to go to Italy for this two songs that I'm singing." And I said, "Wait, let's try. What do we have to lose? Worst case, she's gonna say no. I'll cut the price." But she said yes, and after that, a few other people said yes too. So I always say this. There's what you think you're worth, but at the end of the day, there's what other people are willing to pay for you.
Yeah.
And as long as you have one client who does, that means you are worth the money you're asking for. Now you just need to find more clients that are the same as this client. But if you just say, "I'm worth this," and you sit at home and you have zero work, then I'm sorry. If no one is willing to pay the money you're asking for, then you're not
worth
it. Yeah,
I look at it a little bit
Yeah.
differently. One bride said, "If you're not going to sing at my ceremony, my grandmother will die." So I told her, if I was a pharmacy company, how much do you want to pay for your grandmother live a little bit longer? And then I will go up, bring up the price more and more and more and more, like the pharmacy company doing.
Right.
But I was like, oh my God, is she going to die? I'm going to come to for free.
Yeah, like please don't put the blame of your dead grandma on me. I'm just gonna come.
Yeah. So sometimes you need to act like a pharmacy company.
Yeah.
More than like, oh my God, don't die. I'm gonna come and sing for you.
Yeah.
Something in the middle there.
It's tricky, and in our business, there is no book. There is no like, I went to college, I have a degree, I went to the workforce, I compare what's going on, and the company is willing to pay a certain amount. Here, you need to come up with everything. Every little thing, it's from your mind. And then you test it. And then you test it.
I think most people are afraid to test it. I think if I'm looking back now and what we paid, we got you guys for an absolute amazing, absurd deal, right? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, we thought it was a lot. And now I'm looking back, I'm like, no, this was a deal. So it's like...
Because now you know the value.
The value.
You know the value
right.
that we brought.
And it's hard for people to understand what value is, especially for themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
And so you figuring it out.
But for us, I feel like I don't really blame it on them. To me, it's just if I get a phone call and the person doesn't get it, I'm like, it's fine. Because we're out there, we're very exposed. So everyone, it doesn't cost money to pick up the phone.
Right.
It's like shopping around for a luxury car and people call Rolls-Royce without understanding what Rolls-Royce is. But I don't get offended by it. To me, it's just like, I need to work harder on finding the right clients for us.
Right.
The right, for this team. So that's how I see it.
As you guys progress and as you guys continue to get better, right, there are challenges.
Yes.
Right. Can you guys remember a time or tell me a time where you guys had a challenge where things went terribly wrong in your performance and you're like, oh, okay, we need to fix this immediately. We need to do this. Like a lot of the times, like for example, like a wedding coordinator, they're like, oh, this flower's out of place. No one else notices the flower's out of place. And they're like, okay, we need to fix this now. Right?
I must be honest. No.
No.
It doesn't happen.
I can't.
We're getting ready. I understood that back when I started, that everything in live shows, in performances, happening right now, this is the only time to nail it.
You don't have a redo.
You have it, you kind of like put it in the back of your head, and then everything you do is in order to nail it in the first time that's happening. So what you do, instead of bringing just one sound system, you have another one in the car. Oh my God, the sound system got burned. No, you have another one. Okay? We have one phone call to get any talent from anywhere. Okay? There are sometimes something that is a little bit more scary. For example, we had a show in Italy, and it was Russian, and I had one female singer that sings in Russian, that needs to fly all the way from Miami by herself, because we were coming from LA, from Miami to Italy. And she's not like very familiar with all the the passport, the thing, the immigration.
She's not organized. You know what I mean? She's like a little floozy.
And I have one singer I depend on, because she's the only one who can sing Russian. And she's part of the band that needs to fly from Miami to Italy. But still, it happened 2 days before the wedding, and we're still anxious. So why keep these two weddings? Because something in the back of my mind, I need spare time. If something will happen, I will bring something from Russia, because it's only 2 hours, 2 hours flight.
So we think
about everything without even thinking about it. So
Gotcha.
it doesn't really happen. People always ask me, something funny happened at your weddings, like something break and fall into this. I said, no.
First of all,
everything went
knock
through.
on wood. Okay, let's start there. Okay, let's start there. Shit happened.
Yeah.
But clients don't know about it. We don't make it a drama. We don't make it. Stuff happened that are out of our control. Okay? Like a person getting into a car accident before the show starts. So I had still showing up to the gig, but the first 30 minutes, one of my sound engineers, who's also a drummer, was drumming instead of him. Put on a tuxedo, was drumming. No one noticed, no one knew. We're not going to make a big deal out of it. It's our job to fix it in the moment.
We will never tell that to a client. Client will never feel that. But by the way, stuff that doesn't concern us happened. For example, I did a wedding like many years ago when I was like by myself with a few musicians, and there was a garden, and it was the first wedding of the season in March. It was still cold, but people can go outside and celebrate. The problem was that in the ceremony time, which is like 7 a.m.,
7
sprinklers are starting to work.
Yeah.
So everybody's sitting down very nicely, very common, and I'm about to start to sing for the bride her song. And then in a queue, all the sprinklers got out from the grass. And it wasn't sprinklers like tuk, 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 and then you can run away. No, it was like sprinklers that goes a fountain. Everybody ran away like, and I was like soaking wet with my mixer in my hand and a computer. I tried to save them, and the photographer took pictures from everything. So yeah, stuff does happen, but it got nothing to do with us.
So like in that moment, what do you guys do to adjust?
We need to keep our cool. It's the most important part that we learn, and it's hard for us because we're passionate about what we do, and especially when there's a fuck up that happens that wasn't our fuck up, but it makes us look bad, or just in the moment we can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's the easiest thing to do is to blow up, but you can't. You cannot.
For example, it was very nice that I took my computer and my mixer, but they won't work anymore.
Yeah.
So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go home?
No, you
No,
can't.
I have spare. I have another computer. I have another mixer.
But the hardest part is right after this happens, you have to pretend like nothing happened and keep the same energy and the same happiness for the bride and groom and the same, and not even think about that you just lost $3,000 in damages for your laptop alone. Forget about the speakers and forget about that.
I changed the lyrics a little bit of the songs.
Yeah.
My computer has gone. It cost me like $4,000.
Yeah.
So I changed the lyrics a little bit, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
This
who's
is
gonna
the
pay
hard-
for that? Are you gonna pay? Are you gonna pay? The bride gonna pay? It was a little bit change of the lyrics of the songs, but other than that, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest part, really, truly, to continue like nothing happened.
How do you guys balance between like entertainers and managing?
So very simple. I manage and entertain. He only entertains. He only entertains.
Sometimes I need to tell her, listen, you're going like to the stage like this a little bit, and she's looking at everything that I say, hey, keep it cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she sometimes she's going to sing in the producer
Hat.
suit
Yeah, in the producer hat.
on
yeah.
her. So I need to tell her change the
Change the disc.
Yeah.
You know, flip the switch. Yeah.
the switch, and sometimes me,
Yeah.
especially when the crowd is not the best and or something like that. So I'm like, no, change the atmosphere, because it's very hard being a producer and being an entertainer together. I can tell that not a lot of people can do that. It's very, very hard to do. Everything is amazing, everything is great, and backstage like a big mess. It's very hard to do, but you're getting used to it, and as the years goes by, it's become very easy.
You also need to remember that there are certain things that are literally out of your control. You want to control everything. You want everything to be perfect, but it's not my fault that halfway through the wedding, literally the planner comes up to me and says, we just found out that the bride's grandma passed away, but nobody's telling her that, but we need extra 40 minutes right now of nothing to postpone a certain thing. And the immediate thing is like, what am I going to do right now?
But
And
the
the crowd
funny
is
thing that
getting
we're gonna
restless.
take care of that.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, stuff happened. Take a deep breath. What are we doing with this 40 minutes? Let's do something fun for the crowd. You know, like it's very in that mode, or because in the wedding there's so many moving parts, and most of the stuff are out of your control. Most of them, right? Keeping your cool is the most important part.
Coolness, and fix it right away. It's very, after a while it become like second nature.
You cannot fix what I just said. You just need to kind of like fill in the gap.
But you fixed it by entertaining the crowd 40 minutes more.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of times we want everybody to dance, and then the crowd comes like 500 years old people on the crowd.
Yeah.
So you told me at the wedding that it's gonna be like a rave, an EDM party and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna entertain the 100 years old people on the crowd, and they will say it's the best band that they ever saw. Why? Because we went to them and sing for them, and it was a theatrical kind of thing. And then the bride and groom said, "Oh, amazing! You just made it happen."
Right.
If I was, excuse me, man, you told me only dancing music and only EDM music. This is what you're gonna get. Let's rave.
Sometimes performing at a wedding is like working under fire.
Yeah.
It truly is, because the food, the this, the that, the planner comes up to you and says, I'm sorry, even though we decided this, I need you to cut 10 minutes from your set, or I need you to add 30 minutes to your set. And a lot of the times you go with the flow. Sometimes I find you do need to, I don't want to say put your foot down, but explain why a certain thing is not going to work.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's another level of the way that we operate, that we are not scared to do that. So I'm a team player, but sometimes the planner or someone from the team or the client will have an idea that's not the best for them. So I'm not scared to say that. I will come up and say, I understand what you're trying to do right now, my dear, but I promise you the crowd is not in that mode right now. Let's not push it here.
Yeah.
Let's maybe add that later.
There's another reason for that. Because the wedding industry and the corporate industry, it's a really good. There's a lot of budget, a lot of money in this business.
Yeah.
every time people wants to get in. And after a while, after a few years, after 10, 20 years, you find yourself the
most knowledgeable and the most
experienced guy in the wedding.
room.
The
Yeah.
planner started like
week
2 years ago.
Yeah, or a week
3
ago.
years ago.
Exactly.
So I tell so Alisa's like, what is she doing? So, not everybody has your experience.
Yeah.
She only 2 years, 3 years in the business. You're 20 years in the business. Feel some compassion to her. You tell her what to do.
I will say one of the things that, if there's one thing, well, obviously many things, but one thing that you guys do very well at is you don't go in and say like, dude, we're the band, just listen to us and we'll figure it out. If there's a problem, you're like, hey, here's the problem. I think, like you said, my dear, we should do it this way. And then we can continue to do what you want to do afterwards. Right? The way you approach it and the way that you talk to it.
You have to.
You don't say like, I know better, just listen.
You cannot, because we're in a very unique business. On one hand, we are artists and entertainers, but on the other hand, we are service providers. So it's a very weird combination. Because when you think about it, any artist that you know of is not necessarily coming to this as the crowd pleaser. The songs became hits. The people come to the band to hear all the big hits, and it's kind of given to them. Every wedding that we go to, even though, let's say, we have the clients, and we even have maybe a few couples that already used us, that are big fans, it's still a bunch of new crowd that maybe seen us, maybe didn't see. We need to win them over every single time. And then on the other end of it is the clients that hired us to provide a service. So it's always like a balance that you need to play between like saying, okay, whatever you want here, but then on the other side, I'm the artist, I'm the performer, I'm also the person that has experience in running weddings. From my perspective, this is why your idea is not the best, but you still have to present it in a way as a service provider. You cannot just come into it, because if I was on Beyonce's level, absolutely, this is what I'm gonna do. This is like, there is no back and forth.
Yeah.
The Beyonce comes and she does what she does for a certain amount of time. You don't get a say in it. You might request a song, right, if you pay enough money.
Which is a great level to come and sing your songs and it or not.
We can only inspire.
I wish I was Beyonce.
But we are doing something that is way harder than that.
Yeah.
Quote me on that.
It's every wedding, every corporate event, you need to earn your respect and the crowd. Please.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to
them.
earn it every time. And you know something?
Yeah.
Almost in every song.
Yeah, but I will say, even if you guys were on Beyonce level, right? I think you guys, the humility that you guys have in the way that you guys interact with the clients.
It's a different business.
You know what's funny though? That not everyone sees that. Because some people take our professionalism and they want to run with it and say, typically it comes from the haters, obviously, but they want to say like, oh, they're difficult to work with, when you know for a fact that we are not.
No, not at all.
The most organized, the most listening to, the most involved, the most collaborative.
Yes.
We literally made a whole intro for you that you wanted
people that say that, they either can't afford us.
Yeah. Or they're jealous.
Or
and to be fair, like this is a side note. When we were dealing with you guys, there was a budget. We exceeded that budget, right? But not only did we exceed that budget, you also filled in. You found someone. You're like, hey, we can do Arabic, but there's someone else who's already here, and he's already paid for his hotel, paid for his stay. Can we add him to the band?
Because we recognized that you needed more.
Right.
That's the thing. So we also, when we listen to the clients, we listen to their needs.
Right.
And we recognize. Sometimes I have a client that comes in and says, I want your smallest band, da, da, da. And then I ask them about the genres of music that they like. And I say, my dear, I have to have a guitar and bass for you. I cannot do your wedding without it because you want certain genres of music. And then we work on that. Some clients, I will say, listen, if you want to spend for the 15-piece orchestra or a 30-piece orchestra, the craziness, it's your money, but in reality, I see your needs. You don't really even need that. You can do our smallest one and you will be set. You will be great. So it's recognizing what the clients need, what the clients want, what fits them. With you guys, we recognize that the level of the Middle Eastern music that you needed was even more than what we could give.
Right.
So, and it's not only about you, but it's about your families. Because when we see couples like you, we not only think about you, we think about your moms and dads and uncles and aunts.
We think about for you.
Some clients, I had clients who came in. We've been doing a lot of Armenian weddings too. Like we're like doing so many. And at the very beginning, we had a couple who wanted to flip the script, and they were very adamant about not doing their intro like the traditional Armenian and starting like the modern, international, even American vibes from the beginning. We pointed to them, we said, guys, we kind of know your community, it's not gonna work. Because the beginning, it's your families come to you, and the first 20 minutes, you have to first of all give the culture that they're expecting, and then you start mixing all the modern and unique stuff and say, oh my God, who is this band? You gotta first of all give them something that they will say, oh, thank God, they got me.
Yeah.
And then you do all the like crazy.
And then you're coming back a little bit. It's
They
not
didn't
that
listen
simple.
to us.
It's not
They
that
didn't-
simple. You think it's simple. It's not.
They didn't listen to us. The first 20 minutes was not the best.
Yeah.
Most people didn't, because they didn't understand what was happening. Later, and also another thing about this specific couple, they said, we only want 3 Armenian songs. We said, no problem. You know how many we prepared? 15. You know how many of those songs we used? 16. Okay? Because we played one song twice.
Okay. No, but there's a thing that right now that if some Armenian or Persian couple, very hip and they're very modern, and I get you guys, and we want the Eli's band experience to the fullest. We want the modern stuff, the EDM stuff. We don't care about Armenian or Persian or Indian cultural or Arabic. And we told them, we asked them the right question. She asked them the right question. How many people in the crowd are going to be your friends? How many people are going to be your father's friends? How many people are going to be your friends? And then we do the math, and then we tell them, it's fine. We're going to turn into the Eli's band experience, the EDM, and the fun part. But because of the fact that you have your parents' friends and the other side friends, like more cultural, we can't afford ourselves not to come with Arabic singer, which is me, or Persian singer, or Armenian singer. We can't afford it. Right. We might use it, we might not.
We might play one,
but we're not going to be. Yeah. We're not going to be the one that.
And the same goes for our American couples, completely American or American clients. They sometimes will tell us, oh, we're not into this genre too much, we're not into that, we're not into that. We know the crowd sometimes better than even the couple. So we are ready. We might not use it, but we are ready with it. Like we had a couple that said, we only want top 40 and EDM and nothing. We still got...
Yeah. It's country, for example, the country music for American, it's like that's their culture. Yeah. Like in Texas, we're doing stuff like that. Or Mexican. Yeah. Mexican, Hispanic wedding that we're doing, we have a lot of this audience. And sometimes the couple say, very, very short of like...
Or like keep it modern. We only want to hear like Bad Bunny. We don't want to hear any like salsa or cumbia. But we are ready with it. Because also it's understanding the crowd, it's understanding the stamina of the crowd too. They cannot jump up and down for nonstop. You have to keep it interesting. You have to keep it this. And this ties into what he said earlier, just being ready. We might not use it. The bride and groom sometimes, no, they know their crowd. Sometimes they nail it on the head. And when they tell us we only want modern music, they are right. But sometimes they aren't. It's our job to be ready with anything. It's our job.
Sometimes we get like in the middle of the wedding. For example, last week I had the Mexican side and American side, and the Mexican crowd were like very happening. So I went like one more song than the bride and groom asked me, and the dance floor was packed and everybody was having fun. But the bride felt a little bit ashamed from the other side, and she said, "That's it. That's the last song. Okay, so okay, no problem. Let's go back to Eli's band experience."
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys, out of everything that you guys have ever done, all the orchestras that you guys put together, what has got to be your favorite performance?
Wow, I know what my favorite performance is. 2 years ago, we did a big corporate event where we brought in not only our orchestra, we brought in our dancers. And this client allowed us to be very artistic because they said, we want you to come up with a cool sequence, an opening. We don't want you just to go on stage. We want you to create like a cool reveal of the stage, and we will help you. Budget is not an issue too. I am not gonna lie.
Money is not an
Like,
issue. That's very important.
But they said, whatever your dream is, just tell us. We will make it happen for you. So we created a whole gorgeous sequence.
First of all, tell her how many participants was in this.
So there was 31 people in the orchestra. There was additional 20 dancers. And there was additional 9 crew members that we brought because we brought our sound engineers, our lighting, our visuals person who runs the LED screens.
It was a 60 people production.
We flew on Alaska Airlines. We have a video from it.
Orchestrated by this lady.
55 people flew on that flight to
So you guys
Portland.
took over the entire plane.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was
the Alaska Airlines told us, welcome Alice band.
Yeah, they said welcome.
They said, welcome Alice band.
Yeah, and it was a 2-day production. We got there the day before. We did all the tests, the lighting, the rehearsals with the dancers, sound check and everything. The next day was the show. And it was really cool to see how you can also take like a wedding band to that level because they treated us like an artist. And this is my vision for the future for Eli's band. Even though we're doing covers, still we're doing something quite artistic. And I kind of always bring it as an example, but I aspire to be our version of Michael Bublé because that's what Michael Bublé does too. When you go to see his show, most of the stuff that you hear is not his songs.
Right.
He's doing covers, but he owned them in a way that it became like Michael Bublé.
Right.
You know? So that's my like dream that Eli's band will become the Michael Bublé version, but as this band and completely different genre, of course.
Not only one person, 50 people.
Yeah,
50 people.
It was a really fun show because it was really, really nice to see how big, and you can spend a lot of money, a lot of stuff.
Was that your favorite show though?
Let me think about it just a little bit more because I'm
That
not
was your
sure.
favorite show?
But this one, you can see the power of money well spent. You can spend a lot of money of stuff once. You spend so much money. Here they spend a lot of money, and you saw that the people were like blown away.
Yeah.
It was a concept.
What do you
It was
want?
really a concept.
We want like a very specific fabric that goes in the 1 second goes like this, like a
reveals
movie.
The band, yeah.
For 50 people on stage. And I say, okay, there's guys in New York that do that. So they brought the guys from New York to do just this.
Wow.
So, and because you can drop any fabric from the sky, but all the fabrics will be like.
Yeah.
We wanted a fabric that goes like animation. So there's a guys. We are in Portland too, so they don't have everything there. But there's guys in New York that can do that. Bring them. Okay, no problem. Bring them. Okay, they wanted to do something very, very, very special about money comes from the sky, like dollars. We made that happen. Everything that in our fantasy happened there.
But also, they literally let us do whatever we want musically. They let us do whatever we want musically.
Yeah, musically.
And it was cool because it was a concert. It was exactly the DNA of Eli's band. On one hand is a concert, but on the other hand, it's still a dancing experience. So people were watching us, but dancing as well. So it's very different. I don't think an animal like that exists. Also, I proved him what could be. And also, I got to produce something on that scale from scratch.
Yeah.
Which to me was like such a showcase to my own abilities.
Yeah, she orchestrated like a beautiful, beautiful thing.
That.
My favorite show every year, because we're doing every year in December, it's like the biggest corporate show. My favorite show
Glidewell.
is Glidewell. It's a 5,000 people company.
That's a good one too.
And I don't want to sound like a disconnect from people. Most of the people that hire us are like high-end kind of people. So we come to a wedding, we see Rolls Royce outside, like she says, everybody get dressed with a $5,000, $10,000 suit.
Right.
So in those companies, We see regular people like us.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way,
regular workers.
I can't afford myself to a wedding, just so you know.
Yeah.
If I had to hire myself, I said, no, thank you, not my budget. I'm going to take Timothy with the playlist from Spotify. So in those corporates of 5,000 people, you see people like me and like you, and they're enjoying themselves and they sing the song with us.
Yeah.
And it feels very, very not uptight. So that's why I love these shows with people like us, not like high-end billionaires, millionaires, like uptight kind of thing. So that's why I like this show, and it's 5,000 people that goes, and you feel like a rock star.
So you guys have all of these shows now, and these people that hire you. In the beginning, before your viral video, how did you guys market yourself?
Zero. From word of mouth, from one community to another, go from house to house. We came in here with nothing, really, truly with nothing. And
but sometimes I'm going outside for the neighborhood because we live in like a nice neighborhood, and I knock on the doors and say, "Do you need a wedding?"
A wedding band, you mean?
I don't know why it doesn't work.
Does not work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
We literally everything that we earned. I mean, the viral video helped a lot, of course, but even from that point on, and for the point leading up to that video, everything was earned by our hands and legs, you know, and physically. Like we had to show up physically and kind of.
How's that different today now when you guys market? So you're saying back then you did zero marketing, and it's just word of mouth, and you guys perform, and it's just word of mouth. Today, has that changed?
Well, the social media, you know, brought in a lot of, you know, opportunities. So now definitely all of these cool videos that we do still from real events or from events that we put on, like 3 years ago, we did a showcase where we invited crowd, you know. But now I feel like it's just easier to get to people everywhere, right? So through Instagram, which is our biggest platform, we just put on these videos from real events and people see them. We push them, they see them. And now it's really cool because I want to say about 25% of our clientele is people that never seen us live. And they take a chance simply by watching our videos, which is really cool to me. And then they see us live and then they're like, oh my God, this is even better than what we thought. So I feel like this added another revenue and another clientele that is braver than your typical brides and grooms that absolutely have to know someone who knows someone who's seen you somewhere.
Seeing us live and watching a video is completely different. Most of the time you see the video and say, wow, it's amazing, and then you see it live, that's not too much. With us, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Our videos don't really show the atmosphere.
They're great, but they're...
You know, he's actually right.
Yeah.
Your videos are great.
Yeah.
But when you guys were live at my wedding, it was way better than those videos.
So it's good. So we
right?
exceed we started at a high point and then we exceed the expectation.
It's really hard to capture the feeling of the people.
Yes, I think that's what it is because like
it's really hard to capture that.
For us, right? We had a lot of seniors at our wedding because we have big families, and so you're able to encompass like when you were singing and you did your solo, they were amazed, they were astonished, they're eating, and you're just like, oh my God, who is this person who's like doing an orchestra by himself, right? And then obviously my generation, they're like, oh, this is cool, right? And then when he switched, and then you turned on the band and then music, and then those guys, like our friends, they were like, oh my God, this is amazing. And they get up on the dance floor, and it's just like, you guys take the entire energy for what it is, right? The old, the young,
We're waiting for the AI to capture joy of people and really to bring it to screen, because I know for a fact that our live experience is much better than our videos. It's a completely different experience. The videos are great.
Yeah.
The videos are well edited and everything, but to see us live, it's
not only now. I like also lately our marketing shifted to be even more raw. Where we started even posting videos that we don't even edit from our phone, like a cool moment that happened. That because people, he said something at the very beginning of the interview. He said it's sometimes hard to believe Because sometimes when I tell the person all the stuff that we do, it's hard for them to believe that it's real. It's like,
Yeah.
you're scamming me. It's not. There's no way you're good and you excel in
There's
all
no
of
way
these.
you're that good.
Exactly.
Right,
Exactly. But now I'm started to even post these videos that are like even sometimes shitty quality, because it's like, look,
This is raw.
this is like literally I didn't even like.
But
and
still,
when
it
we-
doesn't capture
yeah.
the
Of course,
the feeling.
The thing is, but what it does, it makes people understand that you had to be there to see it.
I'm gonna say just one more thing about that, and then what do you?
Yeah.
We had like a lady from Miami that came to a wedding in LA, and in the end she came to me and said she was very smart and she know entertainment. You understand? You see people understand entertainment. So listen, what you do is a theatrical experience. I don't understand how, but somehow I cried in the beginning of the ceremony, and then I danced my ass off all night. And then every time it was like I'm looking at the stage like a theatrical kind of experience. And then I danced again. And then you finish with a grand finale. I felt like a theatrical version of a wedding event. It wasn't like a regular thing that I have. That's. So I told her, that's exactly what I want people to experience with Eli's band. Exactly, an experience that comes from that point to that point with all the range of emotions. I want them to cry at the ceremony. I want them to dance and sweat. I want them to feel to look at the stage in the awe with us with the bride and groom, or the star of the night, which is not us. It's you guys, bride and grooms, with us on stage. All this experience, and then the grand finale, and then you can have a DJ.
What is one any non-negotiables that you guys have when it comes to touring?
To touring?
Yeah.
The what?
Non-negotiables.
Well, you have technical stuff, but still, in reality, stuff happen. You know, when we travel, there are certain things that we need. We need a very good sound system. You know, lighting. There's certain accommodations that we require, and we're not like divas in that regard. We don't ask for 5-star hotel rooms unless the client feels like they want to give us that gift. We're not asking for first class even flight tickets. We understand that everything adds up for the client too. A lot of the times the cost of the traveling is higher than the actual band. So we, to me it's more, I put a lot of emphasis on making sure that the band is safe. I want to say safety is my number one concern too. We have a very specific system when we travel with certain airlines, that we avoid, others that we do. I do research about the area where we're going to. So I would say this, and
it's very reasonable though.
Yeah, it's still.
We won't sleep in a motel.
Right.
Yeah.
But we don't need 5 stars. We have a standard of like Holiday Inn kind of thing, like 4 stars. Very important for us. It's clean.
Yeah.
It's clean. Now, as Eli from Eli's band or Alisa from Eli's band, okay, you want us give us a business class ticket or a first class ticket?
But you're
okay, we can say that. It's just one ticket.
No,
okay.
but you're talking about something else right now. You're mixing up because.
No, but I'm talking about something.
No, because it's not non-negotiable. You yourself too have gone to very far places, not in a business class.
No, but
Yeah.
so let me finish. If you will finish, then I'll get to the point.
Yeah.
So our request, our accommodation are very, very reasonable.
Yeah, pretty
If
basic.
I want to fly first class, the client will pay for a reasonable coach, and I'm, as Eli, gonna take from my pocket and go to business.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm not gonna accept from the client to pay for first class, or I'm going to. I don't feel like Holiday Inn this weekend, and I'm 30 years in the business, and I have a girl or a guy that only 2 years in the Eli's band. It's my right to go to another hotel, and a much better five stars, but not the client gonna pay for that. I'm gonna pay for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, the client will pay for some reasonable thing. Sometimes happen that the client discovered that I moved to Nobu Hotel in Mexico and not in the hotel, and they say, "Why you moved to Nobu?" I said, "No, that's my thing. We want to pay for that."
Yeah.
And I said, "No, you don't have to. No, we want to." Okay, pay for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well,
But
it happened to us too.
I will never ask for a client to
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
like for luxury.
Yeah, you just did a wedding in Mexico where the bride put the whole band in a 5-star hotel. It was
Yeah,
very,
which is
very
always
nice.
nice.
It's
Right.
incredible, but it's
Which
not
is always
something that we
nice.
say, oh my God, you have to. But certain things, like safety, like the ground transportation, sound system is super important for us. So we do so much research and we help the clients find the right company locally to do that when we are not able to.
Okay.
We will travel with our equipment to like San Francisco, Arizona, Nevada, but that's about it. We cannot go with it to Chicago or to Mexico. So, there are certain things, but yeah, that's about it.
All right.
If someone is looking at you guys and he's like, you guys inspired me. Like, I want to start my own band. I don't want to compete with you guys, but you guys inspired me to start my own band, right? And do the things. I look at you guys and I hold you guys to a high standard, and you inspired me to start my own band. What would you tell that person?
Figure out what you have to bring to the table that no one else does.
Okay.
Figure out a gap in the market. Figure out what about you makes you special. Why would people want to choose you and not someone else who's been in the business for 20 years?
And bring a lot of luck.
Yeah, and
Bring a
luck.
lot of
yeah,
luck.
Yeah, try.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
can buy luck from somewhere,
The thing
very,
is,
very
the
important.
thing is, in our business, it's so funny. I wish more people would come up and say that, because they don't act from that perspective. They act from the perspective of jealousy and of shit talking,
Yeah.
and of bringing other people down, which I never understood. Because when I see a person who's doing incredibly well in the wedding business, like incredibly well, I have a friend of mine, I consider him a friend, who's an incredible wedding photographer, who is luxury wedding photographer, who charges insane amounts of money. I look at him and I say, oh my God, how do I get to his level? Versus other people look at him and say, his photos are not even that great.
Yeah.
I'm a better photographer than him. So in our business, unfortunately, most people are in that mindset. And I would love for that to change. I would love for everyone to look around and say, oh, he's doing better. You think you can do that better than him? Amazing. Know that in your heart. But don't come at it with that perspective of, I can do better than you. Why are you charging so much? If that person manages to make that bank and make his clients happy, and you think you can do it even better than him, you should say, oh my God, this is an inspiration. Because if I'm even better than that person, imagine how much I can make and how much I can make my clients happy. That should always be the mindset of people.
it's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that's how I see it.
And then
I think
No,
I will
I-
stick to talk shit about people and bring them down. It's really
but
amazing,
the
but
thing
I'm
is-
not that big of a person.
The thing is, I at the beginning when we started, when you you have to elbow your way through it.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of being that person too for like 5 minutes. Very quickly, I was like, no, because also it makes you sound not only pathetic, but like you must be not very good at what you do if you think you need to bring other people down to that level.
That's a good.
So today, a lot of the clients will call me and say, well, there is this band. What do you think about them? And kind of like fish for me to get a reaction. I always say the same answer. I say there's a lot of great musicians and singers out there. What we provide and the service that we give and the performance that we put on is unique and singular to us, period. There's no other person in the whole world that can do what Eli's band does. Now you go and you decide and you do whatever you do. But it's never like, oh, you're going to take this band, they're going to do this. Oh, you're going to take this band, they're going to do... Never, never. Because the conversation is not about them. It's about me. So that's how I kind of... That's my...
And that's why she's answering the phone and not me. I'm not allowed to speak to people over the phone. I'm not believable as a human being.
Stupid.
You guys now have kids.
Yes.
God forbid you guys pass away today.
Oh.
What's the one thing that you want your kids to have or you want to instill in them if you're gone today?
I have my answer like that. You need to think about yours, I think. Resilience. Resilience. They cannot be weak. Resilience doesn't mean they need to be mean or bullies, but just understanding that the world is not always a fair place and have enough of of center and groundness to know that if you work hard and if you set your mind to do something with everything around you, you will succeed. Resilience to me is number one, especially because they're girls and they'll grow up to be women. And there's a lot of stuff that come with it. And there's a lot of, still to this day, sexism in this world. So resilience is my number one thing.
I want it to be likable. When people like you, they like you. Some people are likable. Some persons, for example, last week I got a speeding ticket. I drove 92, and the police officer come to my windows, and he was like, "Oh my God!" And then I was like, "I'm so sorry. It was like a down road, and I didn't notice." He went back to the car, and he says, "Okay, I'm gonna write down. You only drove 5."
Oh,
Why did that? Why? Because I'm likable. You like me. You like. I'm just. You have your what's it called? You have your tagline. You have your.
I'm likable.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I have a face that he likes. I have good eyes, and that's it.
You're a nice person.
People
He's
need
much
to like
nicer
you.
than me. That's what people don't understand.
Being likable is the
much
most
nicer.
important thing. It's open doors. It makes your life easier.
Yeah.
It's very nice to be likable.
Okay, so it's a combination of being likable.
Timo,
and
you have
resilient.
a good eyes and you're likable.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
You guys think so? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
That's very important.
outside of your band, is there any projects that you guys are working on? Something exciting up and coming for you guys?
It's secret.
It's top secret?
Yeah, it's top secret,
Okay,
but I'm
but
gonna
I
tell
will-
only
Let's-
you.
Hold on. Before we get into this, I haven't told anyone this, right? I bought my jacket from a specific place that I'm not allowed to say because of you.
Yeah, because we allowed you into our secret.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you gatekeeping and allowing me in this secret. And I can't tell anyone where it is, but I bought the best jacket for my wedding from there. So I thank you for that.
Of
course.
You're welcome.
Of course, it's like a story that goes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
tell that story all the grooms
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah, because a lot of the grooms were still today. They were like, where did
till
you get
today.
your place?
Where did you get? No, tell. It's only for Timothy.
Yeah.
We told him one time. That's it.
That's it.
That's
it.
That's the one groove that we got
kept
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on a we working right now on a side project that it's kind of like
Original music.
Original
It has nothing
music.
to do with the wedding world or corporate world.
it's called the Buzaglo project. It was Eli's band. Now it's my last name Buzaglo. So I need to have more names for other projects too.
Blue Dragon next time.
Blue
please.
Dragon. It's called Buzaglo project, and it's all original songs.
A few covers. but most of it.
And a few covers, but very original covers that I worked on it like 3 months, day and night, and it just came out of me. And I brought all the Eli's band talents, the best talents, to
Participate. Yeah.
to participate, to cooperate. So, and something really, really unique happened. And just check it out, Buzaglo project.
Yeah. So the music will be out on August 8th. So it's perfect by the time this comes out. Yeah. So you can listen to it on Spotify, on YouTube, Instagram. And it's original music and it's very cool. I will add it. It's kind of electronic music meets Andalusia. So Eli's roots are from Andalusia, which is where Morocco and Spain meet. It's a very unique place in the world. So there's a lot of Middle Eastern and Spanish influences in it, but it's still very electronic. It's very, very unique, very, very unique thing. Yeah, and it's just a cool music for people to enjoy. But yeah.
What I like about music, that it's art, more like personal, that there is no question. Whatever you have inside, it will come out.
Yeah.
There's no, I want to do it like more like this, more like that. No, it's what you are. It's what's going to be, what's going to happen.
That's Eli's DNA. That's
So when
Eli's
she
DNA.
explained that, says, oh yeah, probably that's why the music came out like that.
Yeah.
Maybe my father was born in like a house of mud in Morocco.
Yeah.
And that's my heritage. That's maybe that's the reason that
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
music I'm making.
Yeah.
That's the original music.
There's always a root cause.
Yeah, it's a root. It's
Yeah.
my roots.
Yeah.
I want to do country music, and then suddenly it becomes Arabic. A little bit more.
Well, now you came up with a very cool.
country music.
You came up right now with a very cool idea.
Yeah.
We should make a country version of an Arabic song.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining me. I really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Timothy.
Thank
It was
you,
so
Tim.
much fun.
If people want to find you and book you and try to have a conversation
If
with
it's
you.
meant to be, they will find us.
So guys, you can find us on Instagram, which is elis.band. It's ELIS.band. elisband.com. Just type in Elis Band on Google. You will find us. We travel all over the world. We do everything, any genre of music, but our specialty is, of course, high energy, very unique experience that we provide. And that's it. We hope that we get to connect with you guys.
If it's meant to be.
Yeah, if it's meant to be. There you go.
Thank you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We're on the outro, guys. Thank you so much.